Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing.
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Winston. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On play action, Winston. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Jameis again. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Kamara. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, Kamara. And this time he scores. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Patterson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play. We're able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Falcons! Cordell Patterson, 47 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. And Thomas has it. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
4th down, Winston. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Saints' 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Drake London. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for... He's got a man! Complete! The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
The 2nd down throw for Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He'll buy some time right. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He's going to air one out. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They find some open field here. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. They go play action. Winston. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series?
Cordell Patterson. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordell Patterson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Jameis to throw it. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Touchdown, Saints. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Patterson again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Boy, 175 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. Running left, here's Patterson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Westbrook on the return. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Cameron Jordan in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And
look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone.
D.D. Westbrook on the return. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Handoff running left, Patterson. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.